Now live on YouTube, starting us up on Rumble. Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is about what happened to date throughout the annals of recorded history. Join us as we delve into yesteryear, not only for interesting and important happenings, but to possibly even answer questions you don't know you have. I am Aoxander.
King's Refuge.
Hollywood haters.
And you, viewer, are you. Thank you so much for coming in and watching us. I know we've been off the air for a couple of days, but I got a game. Well, King and I both got a game called Space Marine 2, and we've been playing it, streaming it, and all that stuff. But anyway, we're getting back on track with our show and everything. Today is Sun's Day, aka Sunday, September 22nd, 2024. Yep. Anyway, what do we got here, good Sir King?
Let's see here. In 66, Emperor Nero creates the Legion 1 Italica? Or Iatalica?
Italica, I think. Like, and, you know, like
Italica.
Getting back to like the whole like 40K thing, like that was they're very Latin based. Like the military is called like what was the Astra Militarum or something. So this Legion 1 Italica, that sounds very well, I guess 40K sounds very ancient Rome. But anyway, moving on up, what else do we got here?
You got your thing up?
What my thing? My stream? My share screen?
Yeah, your share screen. The dates and all that.
Oh, whoops, hold on a second. Boom, there we go. Alright.
There we go.
Yeah.
Alright, in 530, Boniface II begins his reign as Catholic Pope.
Ah. Alright. Got two more 530s. This all happened on the same day.
Alright, same day. And another 530, Discorus begins his reign as Catholic anti-Pope.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
The 530, St. Felix the Fourth reign as Catholic Popes ended.
Alright. So I think Felix the Fourth should have been like at the beginning here, because his papacy ended, Boniface II began, and then Discorius, as you said, started becoming the anti-pope. So what is happening in the papacy? Madness, heresy, exterminatus. Moving on up. Almost 1,000 years in 1499, Switzerland became an independent state. All right.
Swiss.
Oh wait, that's weird. Went from 1499 to 1236. Okay. So, and Switzerland is here again after the 1236. Lithuanians and Semigalians defeated the Livonian Brothers of the Sword in the Battle of Siaulai. Siaulai? I don't know. Yeah, then here's a Switzerland one again. But good Sir King, or actually Hollywood, would you like to read a few?
Actually, I'm away from my phone right here, but I can as soon as I get back, bro. Yeah, I had to let my dog out.
You don't have to if you don't want to. It's just the options there if you'd like. King, would you like to take us into the 1500s?
Yeah, 1504, Treaty of Blois signed between Philip of Burgundy, Holy Roman Emperor Maximilian I, and French King Louis the 12th.
Ah, well, what was this Treaty of Blois? Let's see here. Let me look this up. Treaty of Blois. So what year was it? 1504? Because there might be like 75 treaties of Blois. Okay, here we go. Open this guy up. Also known as the First Treaty of Blois, as I said. Okay, so there's been more subsequently. It was an agreement between Louis XII of France and the Holy Roman Emperor Maximilian I and his son Archduke Philip, the father of the future Emperor Charles V. It was okay. Well, the treaty centered on an agreement of marriage between Claude of France and Charles, with Claude carrying a dowry that included Brittany, Burgundy, and Blois, as well as France and Spain agreeing to bestow Naples upon Charles. So it was basically a marriage. You know how, like, back in those days they married, from their family to other royal families, for politics and all that. Yeah. So that's what this sounds like. Because this was, it says here, the treaty centered on an agreement marriage, So However, the terms of the treaty fell through when Claude was betrothed to her second cousin, the future Francis I of France. This seemed a likely outcome from the start, as Claude's mother, Anne of Brittany, was the only participant truly eager for the match. It would have kept her Duchy of Brittany out of the control of the French crown. So she was trying to play politics so she can remain in power, and it didn't work. So, all right. So that's the Treaty of Blois. What else do we got here? 1528.
1528, remaining crew of Spanish Narvaez expedition depart Florida in 5 crew boats designed for Texas by sailing along the coast, a course disrupted by storms that carry them out to the open Gulf of Mexico waters. Boats lands on Barrier Islands in early November. Ooh, wow. Take the way off, of course.
Yeah, so they tried to like skirt and then they got blown off. That's scary.
I'll be back.
All right. 1598, playwright and poet Ben Jonson was arrested and jailed for manslaughter as a result of a duel where he killed actor Gabriel Spencer. Yikes. 1656, an all-female jury heard the case of Judith Cashpole, accused of killing her child in Paxton County, Maryland, and they acquitted her.
Damn.
Yeah. So, an all-female jury acquitted a mother for murdering her child. Gee, I think there's some favoritism at play here, you know?
Well, she got to live with that. That's worse than any jail sentence in the world. I mean, I guess depending on the type of individual she is.
I don't think she's too bothered because she killed her child. If you kill a child, you're not going to care that you did it, you know?
Well, I mean, eventually it'll sink in. I mean, unless she's definitely that socialistic.
That is disturbing. It's just more disturbing that a jury, an all-female jury acquits another female. Like that's so favoritism right there, you know. So
yeah,
maybe that's why they put a stop to that for a while, you know, because
they even put people in jail nowadays, dude. For kids who get forgotten, they get forgot in the car, or whatever. They'll charge parents for murder with that now, which is legit.
Dude, there's been some cases of people they park and they get out, and they close their door, and they go to go get their kid, but they can't open it, and then the whole car is locked. The
Tesla's,
car has a glitch. Bro. Yeah, Tesla's. So
Tesla do that.
So now people are having their children locked in these cars without them doing it. Now here we go. The machines are taking over. They're killing us.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Sick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tesla's everything around them at all times too, don't they? They've always got like a camera recording the surveilling the area of the vehicle.
Oh, yeah. But we got to get back on track. Moving up to 1665 here. Molivier's comedic play, Les Amours Médicien, premiered for King Louis XIV at Versailles. All right. 1692, last people hanged for witchcraft, 8 in the U.S. 19 people were hanged overall, with 6 other deaths during the Salem witch trials. So on this date in 1692, 8 people were killed, or hung by a rope until they died. For witchcraft. Yeah.
She's casting a spell with her.
And then she's like, like. And
then they only hung 8. They burned 59.
I want to go back here and read this for King because I want to get his reaction. 1656, an all-female jury heard the case of Judith Catchpole, accused of killing her child in Paxton County, Maryland. They acquitted her. An all-female jury acquitted another female for murdering her child. Wow.
She was a Judith, not a Judith.
What? I said Judith.
No, that's what I'm saying. She was a Judith, not a Judith.
Judith.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying she was a Judith, but since she's a female, she's a Judith. Just by nature.
Oh, okay, I get it.
It's a little pun.
Yeah, 1699, the people of Rotterdam striked over the high cost of butter. Well, I mean, you gotta flavor your bread, with some pasteurized, cow juice. So
they getting the margarine market out there like that, huh?
Yeah. Hey, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Nah,
Welcome to the show.
We are currently live on air. Just letting you know, you're welcome to stay here. Don't feel the need to do anything. You're welcome to talk. You're welcome to look at my share screen and read an article or two if you want. Or whatever. Anyway, good Sir King, what do we got here in 1711?
1711. French troops occupy Rio de Janeiro.
Huh. All right.
Good afternoon.
I know that.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
1735, Robert Walpole becomes the first British Prime Minister, actually first Lord of Treasury, to live at 10 Downing Street.
Wow.
Wait,
10 Downing
he's the
Street.
first person to live at 10 Downing Street? Why is that?
He's the first British Prime Minister or first Lord of the Treasury, whatever it was. He's the first of that political office to live in that on that address, and now I believe that's kind of like how whatever the address is for the White House, that's like their White House. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Dude's got cool hair.
Yes, he does.
1756, Nassau Hall opens in Princeton University. What's
All
that?
right. What?
What's that?
Nassau Hall, like it's a building of some sort. Like it could be, let's see here, address. Here we go. Nassau Hall. It was a house that was then the College of New Jersey, the largest stone building in the American colonies. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. Okay. Oh wow, so like during the Revolution, the American Revolution, when Princeton's campus became a battleground, Nassau Hall was ravaged by the occupying troops of both armies. There's a lot of history in this structure. Apparently British troops holding Nassau Hall surrendered to General George Washington. So George Washington took this, from the British. That's really good.
He is a revolutionary.
Yeah, but it appears to be like the main building. So maybe like that's where like administration is and the library or something like that. So usually like with halls or whatever, like it's one of the buildings. It can be a library, it can be an entertainment center. It can be what's the word, like student housing or something like that. But in this case, it appears to be the main administrative building, if I'm correct. This is really interesting. I'm actually going to add this into the underbar section if anybody wants to look into this. Nassau Hall. What else do we got? We got to move on up. We have a lot of stuff for today.
We're in
1761.
1761, coronation of King George III and Queen Charlotte of the United Kingdom.
Huh. All right.
Nations coming together. Yeah. 1772, first partition of Poland is ratified by Australia, Prussia, and Russia.
Australia?
Austria! God.
Australia.
I do that.
I do it too, dude. Like
They're close enough.
it's literally one letter. Like you say Austria, you add an L, it's Australia. It's literally one letter away.
Yeah. I wonder if Australians and Australia, whatever you call them, I wonder if they get like pissed when you like mispronounce their name.
I don't know, man, but don't go to Austria to find kangaroos. I don't think you're gonna see any of them over there. Oh, my dingo ate my baby and fled to Bulgaria.
Dingo ate my baby.
1773, Benjamin Franklin published a hoax letter, an edict by the King of Prussia, in the Public Advertiser, criticizing Britain's colonial policies in the American colonies. So, he literally, like, that's the equivalent of like a deep fake today. Like he made a hoax letter pretending it was from another country to maybe gain support for the revolutionaries. That's some wild stuff right there. The powers that be, they've always been playing these little mind games, since before history was recorded.
Yeah.
What do we have here in 1784?
1784, Russia trappers established a colony of Kodiak Island, Alaska.
Ah, all right. 4 years later, in 1788, here, Losentville, Ohio, which is now Cincinnati, was founded by land speculators Matthias Denman and Colonel Robert Patterson and surveyor John Filshin, the first settlers to arrive in December. Okay. So, if anybody out there you're watching this lives out in Cincinnati, or formerly known as Losentville, then, yeah, like, happy anniversary of, like, scouting the land to see if there can be a settlement built, day, whatever the hell we call that. 1789, U.S. Congress passed an act requiring the first Postmaster General to report to the President through the Secretary of the Treasury. All right. So, chain of command type thing, all that stuff. 1792, day one of the short-loved French Republican calendar. It was declared in 1793 and abandoned in 1806. So it only lasted for 13 years. That's not...
What's up with that dude?
What dude?
On the left there. Is that just a drawing or is that an actual photograph?
No, those are paintings. That's not...
Oh, all right.
I don't believe photography was invented by this time. Yeah, no, 1700s, no. But no, that's a painting. But yeah, like he has his hair is like trying to escape. Like, it's
a lot of shit running off that picture.
I know, right?
Like he looks like he sat on the tack or something.
Yeah. 1792 as well, the French First Republic was formed by the National Convention, stripping the French king of his powers. So, just like that. So, pretty ironic that a king would do that. So, talking about stripping a king from their powers and all that stuff. 1817, sorry?
Oh, nothing. Nothing. I haven't said nothing. No.
1817, John Quincy Adams became U.S. Secretary of State. All right. Whenever King is ready, you can just say something if he wants to come in. And
all right, where are we at?
1832.
1832. All right. During his HMS Beagle voyage, Charles Darwin discovers a large number of fossils at Punta Alta in Argentina.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
That's weird because didn't Darwin's theory is a lot further distance than fossilized shit, huh?
Well, yeah, that's why he was like on his voyage, and he ended up like one of the more famous landings of his was the Galapagos Islands, and that's where he found like, the turtles and all that crap and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Darwin's theory or whatever, right? Or
Charles Darwin is not the only pen to that theory. He had somebody else with him. Here we go. Yeah, in a joint publication with Alfred Russel Wallace, they both introduced the idea that this branching pattern of evolution resulted from a process that he called natural selection. So, everybody attributes Charles Darwin, to natural selection, the theory of evolution, and all that stuff. But he was only half. He got all the press somehow. But he and this Alfred Russel Wallace guy both worked together on it. But he got all the credit somehow. So, yeah.
Yeah, that could be a safe choice though for the other guy, because now Darwin, if anything, potentially comes out where it's wrong, he's the one who looks fucking bad. But
well, it's not just that; it's that there is so much, because he was of the West, and the Western world is a Judeo-Christian society, and Christianity believes in creationism, not evolution. So yeah, you have a point there. He probably kept his distance, so that way if anything goes down, not just that it was proven to be wrong, but if it was proven to be right, now you have all these people coming after you for that. So that does make a lot of sense. What else do we got here? Ooh, we got one.
Hey, Iowa. Yeah. 1851, city of Des Moines, Iowa, incorporated as Fort Des Moines, and is now a giant ghetto.
Fort Des Moines.
It is now a giant ghetto.
the largest city in the United States with no buildings.
How is that even...
Is it Des Moines is like Des Moines doesn't have very big buildings.
So instead of Des Moines,
But
should we
it
just
has a lot
start?
of fucking people in it. Weird.
Instead of Des Moines, should we start calling it Demolish?
Yeah.
Duluth.
One decade later.
They're way worse than us, man.
Yeah, it never used to be that way either, dude. You know,
Yeah, it's pretty bad down there.
epidemics and shit. You know.
Oh yeah, man, it's way bad down there, man.
Is the fentanyl like crazy and shit down there too?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I know it's
Oh really?
like just fucking gang ridden now.
Oh yeah.
What do we got here in 1861?
1861, federal troops shoot and kill 12 Navajo men,
Damn.
women, and
Yikes.
children, and wound 40 more following a dispute over a friendly horse race during the Holy Ration Day. A Fort Fontillery in Bear Springs territory of New Mexico.
There's so many things wrong
Wow.
with this like situation. So it's called Ration Day, and they acted in the most irrational possible over a friggin' horse race outcome that started off friendly. They ended up killing 12 men, and not just the men, but the women and the children. Like, what the hell?
Right. Somebody lost a bet. Like a motherfucker there, huh?
1 year
Wow.
later, 1862, U.S. President Abraham Lincoln issued preliminary Emancipation Proclamation threatening to free all enslaved people in the rebel southern states if those states failed to rejoin the Union by January 1st, 1863. And in response, those southern states seceded from the Union, and we had an entire war, and many people died, and so much blood was spilled on this land to, for many other reasons, but it became a war of freedom and freeing slaves and all that stuff, and all that was used politically by Lincoln. He knew how to play the system, but that's not what the Civil War was started for, but that's what it
No,
became.
he wasn't freeing the slaves from up here.
No, slavery was never abolished. It was just expanded to include everyone. Yay!
Yay, we're all slaves now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, is it
That's equity.
Yeah.
the new theory that they're coming up with now is like they're trying to say that Abraham Lincoln he was like into dudes and like all kinds of weird shit because he had like a male friend or some shit. It's like what the hell? People are just wild.
I
don't know, but like
it's crazy shit.
Like that sounds extremely far-fetched, but I did hear
Right, that's what I'm
Extremely
saying.
far-fetched for the time. Like,
But I did hear a
fuck
long
out of here
time
with that gay
ago.
shit.
I did hear a long time ago that now this sounds, far-fetched as well, but not as much. Maybe, I'm not sure, depending on how you view it. But it's said that Lincoln only freed the slaves because he wanted to send them all back to Africa. Like he just he wanted to abolish slavery so we wouldn't have a reason for them to still be here. Then they okay, now you can go back home. Like I don't know if that's true or not, but thankfully that didn't happen. So
aren't they starting to find like Aborigine tribes though that were from the like United States, civilized and like born here and stuff?
what,
That were African, or well, they weren't African, but they were
black? Well, the Aboriginals are black, but they're in Australia. But
so they're American African.
A Native American. African?
Well, not African. Yeah, they're just they're native of America.
We all go back to Africans. Like you go back far enough, we're all from the same area.
Yeah,
they're African American African.
Or Iran, right? Or Iran or something. First man would.
Anyway, we have a lot of show to do here. I gotta get back on track. 1866, the War of the Triple Alliance, decisive battle of Curupayte, resulted in a Paraguayan victory and heavy losses for Argentinian and Brazilian forces. Dang.
Oh.
What do we got here in 1868, Sir King?
1868 race riots in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yikes.
What?
We're going to talk about another race riot, which people died, so later on. Nasty stuff.
1869, Richard Wagner's opera, Das Ringblut.
What? At the opera, at the show, they got him at the club.
Piece of his ring cycle premieres in Munich, Germany.
I wonder if that was one ring to rule them all. And interesting that I should say that reference, and I'm debating whether or not. No, I'm not gonna drop this tidbit of information until we get to it. But If anybody has seen the thumbnail of today's show, you already know what's coming. 1869. Oh, we got that one. 1877.
Dude, look at their military attire, dude. It's way more sophisticated than our shit is now.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
The way that they dressed, like their military fatigues and shit that they wore.
Yeah. Well, remind me about that after the show. There's a really cool space marine.
Man, look at his nice beard there, man. How he got it trimmed.
Yeah, that was pretty sharp, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes people get lucky; it just kind of grows in like that.
1877 here, Rudolf Virchow delivered an anti-Darwinian speech to the Congress of German Naturalists and Physicians, Munich, where he spoke against the teaching of the theory of evolution in schools. As we spoke about earlier, here's some backlash. So anti-Darwinian speech right here, German naturalists and physicians and all that stuff. So, you know, good poll, Hollywood, about, you know, the other guy backing off, you know, so that way he doesn't get all that flack and all that stuff.
Yeah.
1885, good Sir King. Okay. Lord Randolph Churchill made a speech in Ulster in opposition to Home Rule. Quotes, Ulster will fight and Ulster will be right. End quote. Okay. So, yeah, well, that's, you know, that's some patriotism, you know, nationalism. Like, you know, it's not a bad thing to be proud of where you're from. It's not a bad thing to be proud of, you know, who you are. Yeah, pride is a sin, but, I mean, you know, if you're not happy about who you are or where you're from, what can you be happy about? You know, you got to fight for your heritage. So
every race is beautiful, dude. You know.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, like, you know, that's, you know, our differences is really what makes, you know, like us great. Imagine if we're all just gray blobs. How boring would life be? You know, like, you know.
Yeah, it would. You know, it would.
Yeah. 1896 or 1890 here, we have the first known ascent of Mount Olympus in Washington by an expedition led by Joseph P. O'Neill, Washington State. All right. Now, 1896, Queen Victoria surpassed her grandfather, King George III, as the then longest reigning monarch in British history, which has now been surpassed by Queen Elizabeth II. I'm not sure if there's anybody, you know, who passed it in between them, but that's only British history. The longest reigning monarch ever was French King Louis the 16th, 14th? 14th,
yeah, Louis the 13th, I think, right?
14th.
14th?
Yeah. Too many Louis. So.
Yeah, they always keep that same name, you know. It's weird.
Well, now that we got all of that out of the way, we're about a half hour into the show. We're finally in the 1900s. Good Sir King, bring us in.
All right. Race riot in Atlanta, Georgia, killed 10 black people and 2 whites.
That was not a good start to this 1900s for us, but
no.
yikes.
Oh, stop with the race riots, please.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, stop with the hate, you know? Like,
right, no doubt, dude.
If you spend half the time looking at what makes us similar rather than what's our differences, you know, like, change your focuses out there, people. Come on.
Yeah, man. We're all Africans.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Fuck the other.
We're all human, man. You know.
Unless they change it again, you know.
Yeah. Well,
we're all Africans.
I did see something about them saying that there was another genealogy discovered in Europe, but I don't know. Like, you know, that predated the African thing, but I don't know. Like, I don't care. Well, you know, we're all on this earth together. I don't care how different people are.
We're all humans.
We're all on this earth together. It's time to start acting like it. Anyway, 1906. I don't want to get too preachy here.
Yeah, we gotta stop going off.
68-hour working week. What the heck?
Yeah, I wish that was a thing now.
1908, Bulgaria declares independence from the Ottoman Empire. Turkey.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
1910.
Saskatchewan Rugby Football Union forms with the initial 9-team competition.
All right.
They have a rugby football union?
Also here in 1910, the Duke of York Cinema opens in Brighton. And it is still operating today. It's the oldest continually operating cinema in Britain. Wow.
Oh, wow. That's you know, the moving picture show. That's awesome. Like that's
over 1,000 years old.
114-year-old movie theater. Wow.
Or yeah,
Charlie Chapman shit, huh?
1,000
Under
years? Is that what you
100.
said?
1,000.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
1,000 years of movies.
No, it's
Start
100. 100 years.
Wow.
Still impressive. Still great.
You just got excited there. You added a 0 unintentionally. What else do we got here? 1911, the Boston Rustlers, future Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher Cy Young, defeated the Pittsburgh Pirates 1-0 at Forbes Field for his final career victory, number 511. Congratulations, Cy. I mean, look at that old uniform, that collar and the tie. You know, that's not a tie. That's just it's like a shoestring or something. You know.
Whew, man.
Yeah, dude,
they slid their butts off in those
gloves
things.
back then, man. Yeah, dude.
But every time I see that picture,
real shit.
it looks like they transplanted his scalp with a 10-year-old boy. Like he has a very children's haircut. It's way too short. So, 1912 here, Philadelphia's second baseman Eddie Collins became only player in MLB history to steal 6 bases in one game for a second time as the A's defeated St. Louis Browns 8-2. Woo!
Damn, Reggie Jackson didn't beat that shit. I thought he held the record for that.
I think
shit.
Reggie
That's
Jackson
wild.
is later. We're still in
Yeah, you might be it
1900s.
later. We're still in the past year.
Off of main source here, in 1913, a coal mine explosion killed 263 people at Dawson in New Mexico. Yikes.
Damn.
Ooh.
What else do we got
That's
here in
very
1913, good Sir King?
1913 coal mine. Oh, you got that. 1913, the first batch of Indian passive registers.
Resistors.
Oh, wait. Passive resistors? What's that? Consisting of 12 men and 4 women, including Mrs. Kasturba Gandhi, are arrested at Volksrust and imprisoned in Pietermaritzburg, South Africa.
So, yeah, they were...
What's a resistors? Passive resistors?
They're not
resistors.
Revolutionary.
I'm so fucking stupid.
I even said resistors, and you're like, resistors. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm wrong. What the hell's a resistor?
It's his sister, not mine.
His sister.
I'm your sister.
Sister, I need your blood. Wait, you're a heretic.
I'm your sister.
It just messed up, bro.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. 1914 here, 1 German submarine sunk 3 British ironclads, causing 1,459 sailors to die. Jeez.
Dang.
Yeah, submarines are scary out there. So,
No shit, right?
speaking of that, like, what were your thoughts, by the way, King, when we saw Greyhound, that Tom Hanks movie?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I love the sound for the submarines, and you know, like
Yeah.
that. You know, it's scary. Now we have a weird thing here. I'm going to read what we had left over from last year. So we have 1914. Louis Botha, Premier of the Union of South Africa, assumed command of the armed forces after having dismissed General Byers because of his resistance to aiding British in the war against Germany. You know, this is during World War One. It started like, you know, about a couple weeks ago by this time, but now it says here Prime Minister of the Union of South Africa. So was he Premier or Prime Minister? I know it's negligible, but I'm just wondering, like, you know.
Maybe he's the premier prime minister.
Huh.
The world premiere.
The Premier Minister. I don't know.
PJ world premiere.
Then we got off of main source here in 1915. Back to you, Sir King, about Boston.
Boston, 1915. Boston Red Sox asked Boston Braves to use of Braves Field, 10,000 plus capacity for baseball World Series against Philadelphia Phillies.
Huh. I wonder if they gave them permission.
Hell yeah,
Boston Braves.
that's money for the city.
True. You know?
Come on in.
We have some comments here on YouTube from good old Dirty Rotten Irish. Yo, what's up, brothers? Welcome, Lost Rat King, Austria, it's Arnold over here. Okay. So wow, these comments are from a while ago. Sorry, you know, I'm doing like 75 things at once here. So, anyway, what else do we got here? 1915.
1915, Southern Methodist University in Dallas, Texas, held its first class.
All right.
Mister, don't you have a phone?
Yeah. Wait, me?
No. Like, that's how I watch my Rumble chat when we're doing this, is
Oh,
I
no, I
put
don't have
it on my phone.
I don't have the YouTube or anything really connected to my phone. I am as disconnected from my stuff. I don't want any links. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Plus, I'm also lazy and stupid. So, if I try to link and do what you're doing, I would just get mad because I don't know how to do it. So, end up breaking my phone. And that I don't need that. Anyway, 1915, Xavier University, first black Catholic college in the U.S., opened in L.A., Northern Louisiana. That'd have to be Northern Louisiana, I think. 1919, between now through January 20th, so this is a while, steel strike began in the U.S. and continued for 4 months. Jeez. That's really not good. Leading up to the Roaring 20s there. So, actually, pretty soon, it was September, right? Or at some point, Prohibition started. I don't know. 1920, Chicago grand jury convened to investigate charges that 8 White Sox players conspired to fix the 1919 World Series. That is not good. Yikes.
That's wild.
Yeah. 1 year later, 1921, Music Box Theater opened at 239 West 45th Street, New York City. Built by theatrical producer Sam H. Harris for Irving Berlin's musical review, The Music Box, written specifically for the venue. That's pretty cool.
What about everybody betting on that game?
What game?
The game they tried to fix.
The White Sox World Series?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know. So, and thank you, by the way, King. I saw your comment there. I appreciate that. You know,
Yeah.
I have tabs up. Like, I can see it here on my screen. I just got, remember to tab over it and all that stuff. But it'll help to have another pair of eyes looking at comments. What do we got?
Anyone ever chat to my room chat? So I'll watch it.
Yeah. But no, like, to answer your question, Lost Rat, like, I don't know. Like, all the people who bet money is just gone. I mean, you shouldn't be betting money anyway, really. Not like, it's illegal, it's a sin, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go down that road. It's just like, dude, like what are you doing with, when you're betting? Like,
it's like buying drugs. Who do you complain to?
Yeah.
The drug dealer stole all my money.
Yeah.
Hey, in the legal state, can you do that?
Would you say that? Would you like to put that on tape?
That's actually happened. Like, I've seen reports of people like calling police over like people stealing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard those calls before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, what do we got here? We have
the guy that turned his meth in because he wanted to have it tested to see if it was poison.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
That's happened before.
Isn't it poison in general?
Well,
most of it. Well, yeah. I mean, you make it with shit under a sink and shit. Like, literally.
let's get back on track
Yeah,
here. What do we got in? We have another 1921 here. The League.
1921 Music Box Theater opens at 239 West 45th Street, New York City. Built by the theatrical, produced by Sam H. Harris, and for Irving Berlin's musical revenue. The Music Box, written specifically for the venue.
Thank you for rereading that, by the way. Like, because I wanted to make a comment. That's really cool. They made a play specifically for that music, where the play's gonna be.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's pretty meta, Like, if anybody's seen the movie Sing, it's kind of like that. So.
That's cool.
Yeah. What else do we got here? Which, by the way, sorry if I interrupt people during the show. Like, I just want to get through this so that way we can actually start talking and everything. So.
It could sometimes it lasts 3 hours, and we're trying to get down to 2.
Yeah.
It would be great.
Well, it lasts 2, trying to get it down to 1, but still, we're not going to make it 1. But.
No.
But we have another 21 here. The League.
1921, the League of Nations accepts memberships of independent Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania.
Lithuania.
I knew I was saying that wrong. I was trying to.
You're trying to say. You're trying to say
I was trying to, jog it in my memory. I was like, that's not right. That's not right.
The Baltic
all right,
states.
man.
Yeah.
In 1922, U.S. Congress passes the Cable Act, under which the American woman who marries an alien will not lose citizenship. Neither will a woman marrying an American automatically become a citizen.
Okay, this reminds me. This is an actual story. Like a friend of mine, like from a long time ago, and I you're gonna laugh your ass off. This actually happened to this guy. So he met, I think it was online. He met this woman. Now, granted, this was like back in like 2005, 6, 7, 8. It was early 2000s, like somewhere in there. He met this Eastern European woman or something. I'm not sure if it was actually physical meeting, like if he went to Europe or whatever. Anyway, he met this Eastern European woman, and she wanted to marry him and everything. He wanted to marry her and all that stuff. They ended up getting married. Long story short, she used him to get citizenship. So she married in. She didn't get citizenship by marrying him, as it said here, because I believe that's still the law. But once you marry, then you have an easier, way to get citizenship. You have less of a line, less, red tape and all that stuff. You have your foot in the door, so to speak. And that's what she did.
Yeah.
And then she used him to become a citizen and divorced him like a day later. Like, he got wrecked. Poor guy.
Yeah.
It's messed up.
Yeah, but, so just be careful out there, especially these days. People play games,
Hopefully they kicked her out.
No,
Trust nobody.
She's a citizen. She's here. It's
they didn't take it away from her?
No. She did everything legally, and then she got divorced. There's nothing anybody can do. She got what she wanted.
Yeah.
She played this guy like a freaking, fish.
Fiddle.
I don't
Messed
know.
up.
Yeah.
Fiddle.
Thank you. Now I'm the one having melt brain. 1927, the long count in a famous boxing rematch, Gene Tooney defeated Jack Dempsey by 10-round unanimous decision at Soldiers Field in Chicago to retain World Heavyweight title. Crowd of 104,943, and the gate $2,858,660. I believe that was what they made in admissions, because it says gate. So I don't know how you can make almost $3 million off 100,000 people in 1927. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe snacks and all that stuff is included in the gate. I don't know. I would look it up. As I said, we got to muscle through this. So if anybody wants to let us know in the comment section what gate means, that'd be fantastic. 1927, New York Yankees Earl Coombs hit 3 triples. That sounds amazing. 31, a coalition government formed in New Zealand to combat the Depression. Their lack of success will lead to the election of the first Labour government in 1935. That's not good. New Zealand has an interesting history and all that stuff. They've kind of been in their own little corner of the world, and quite often it's actually become a meme. New Zealand is forgotten about on maps. It's not even on there. A lot of world maps. Yeah, no,
messed up, right?
Yeah, no, it's become like a running gag. Like I every now and then I watch this channel called like Mapman or whatever, and they review maps. Like, they're cartographers essentially, and there's a running joke. Oh, is New Zealand on this? Oh, hey, there it is. Like, so.
Where's Zealand at?
Yeah. Well, no, Old Zealand is in Europe. I've seen it. Like, not with my own eyes, but I've seen the map. So, like New Jersey, like New York, like New Orleans, like New Zealand. I'm trying to say Nike and like at the same. I don't know why. New and like. So, but there is an Orleans that's in France. There is a York that's in Britain. There is a Zealand. I don't know where that is. Somewhere in Europe. Somewhere.
Wow.
And what was it? I forgot the fourth one. But anyway, Sir King, what do we got here in 1934?
New York is under New York, like where the mutants live.
No, that was under New York.
Yeah, and under that is they mentioned there's a place under that where the real mutants live.
Oh my goodness!
Where all the mice live.
So that's got to be York.
Okay.
Right?
Well, they say there's enough rats underneath New York City to blanket the whole entire planet side by side, ain't there?
Jesus.
That sounds ridiculous. Rat King,
Yeah,
can you confirm this?
I've never been in New York, so...
I have.
Okay. 1934, an explosion takes place in Graceville Colliery in Wales, leading to deaths of 266 miners and rescuers. Oh boy.
So they sent people in there to go rescue them, and then they in turn, some of them died. Jeez, man. That's worse than sucky. So.
1935, Boston Braves, National League record 110th game of the year en route to 115. Wow.
Yikes. So these aren't
So
in a row.
we're going to hear about them for the next few days.
Yeah. This is non-consecutive, but it's still that's not good. You don't want losing that many games. Jeez.
Yeah, it's wild. 115 games. Jesus.
Yeah.
Hey, at what point do you just give it up?
I mean, you can't give up. You got to keep going. Otherwise your entire team can get dissolved and all that stuff.
I guess everybody does love an underdog, and Jesus Christ, they got to be the king underdog.
Yeah, it's like Florida State versus North Carolina A&U or some shit, It's like 144 to 2. Shit, it's like, come on, guys.
Or are the National Women's Soccer League playing against a bunch of high school boys?
They got creamed, that's right. But what was that other team that won the pennant in 1920 and then never won it again until 2020 or whatever?
Boston, sure. Or not Boston, but the Cubs.
The Cubs, yeah, you're right. The Cubs.
Yeah, the curse.
Yeah,
Cubs. The goat curse or whatever, right?
But yeah, we can all collectively say that we've lived in a time where the Cubs won the medal again, or the pennant, or whatever the hell it is.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
We live in historical times, people, and never forget the Josh fight. Moving on up to 1937 here, this date is celebrated as the first International Hobbit Day and the birthdays of Bilbo and Frodo Baggins. As I alluded to earlier, here we are. So happy birthday, Bilbo and Frodo Baggins. And happy Hobbit Day out there, to all your Lord of the Rings fans.
Bilbo.
Yeah.
Bilbo Baggins.
Oh, Bilbo.
Yep. 1937 as well, a forest fire killed 14 and injured 50 in Cody, Wyoming. Damn you, Mordor! So, yeah, rest in peace to those who perished in the fire and all that stuff. What do we got here in 1943?
1943, speaking of Mordor, British dwarf submarines attack German battleship Tirpitz.
Ah. Alright. By the way, you're lagging a little bit every now and then, King. It's not too bad, but I'm wondering if you're downloading anything or if you have too much stuff happening. Every now and then you have a mini spike. So.
Oh.
Yeah, right now. And it's back to normal.
Maybe the internet, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What else
yeah, I'm not running anything else. So.
Maybe it's me. I think I might have caused some damage to my computer playing Space Marine because, yeah. So, what else do we got here in 43?
Destroyer HMS Itchen torpedoed and sinks.
Dang. So we have the British torpedoing the German battleship, and then we have British themselves getting torpedoed. Because HMS is Her Majesty's ship. I don't want to say for sure this is out in Europe, though. Well, no. Because there were British involvement in U.S., in the Pacific Theater stuff. There were British, soldiers and ships and all that stuff out there. But anyway, let's move on up. If anybody can figure this out, if this was in the European or Pacific Theater specifically, let us know in the comment section. I challenge to our viewers. What else do we got here? 1944.
1944 Bologna?
Yeah.
Reoccupied by the Allies.
We got the sandwich meat! Woo!
Yay!
Yeah, we got it back. Now we can eat.
We're full of bologna.
Yeah.
That's where that truck came from.
Who knows about Rolf's sack of bologna? You remember Rolf's sack of bologna?
1940. Yeah.
Yeah.
1944, President Jose P. Laurel declares Philippines under martial law in 1944 through Proclamation number 29.
Well, yeah, during the war, Philippines by this time, I believe, have been reliberated by the U.S. I'm not sure, or this is right before they got invaded. I think they got invaded early on because the Philippines are not too far from Japan. Anyway, 1946, Canadian woman Evelyn Dick, what a name, charged with butchering her husband in Hamilton, Ontario. Well, now we know where she got it.
Wow, what a dick.
Yeah. Yikes.
He ain't fucking around.
But I'll do it.
Hold
it's
on,
fine.
I got it. There we go.
Oh shit!
There we go.
Yeah.
Go get out on the drum set.
1950, Omar Bradley was promoted to the rank of 5-star general in the United States Army. Omar Bradley. Yep. And, we know about the Bradley IFV, the infantry fighting vehicle and all that stuff, named after this guy, So, 54, nice. Brooklyn Dodger pitcher Carl Spooner struck out 15 New York Giants in his first MLB game. First we got Dick, now we got Spooner. So, some of these names, man. 1955, between now to the 28th, so for the next 6 days, Hurricane Janet killed 500 people in the Caribbean, or whatever you want to pronounce it. So, how do you pronounce it?
Caribbean, isn't it?
Caribbean?
Yeah.
Maybe.
A lot of people say
I think nobody.
Caribbean?
I don't think it's the wrong way.
So,
yeah, it's like tomato.
Yeah. It's like tomato.
I actually knew.
Maybe we should ask a Caribbean or a Caribbean.
Yeah. No, I actually knew.
Wait, I'm sure they would know.
I knew a Caribbean a while ago. I forgot what game. I know it was what was it called? I don't even remember what. It was some MMO. But like it was a streamer. He was on Twitch and everything, and he was a Caribbean. But one of the pronunciations, I forgot which one, but it was the wrong one, and it drove him mad. It's like, I'm not a Caribbean, I'm a Caribbean, or whatever his accent is. No. Yeah. Right. Anyway, 1955, commercial television began in the UK with the launch of ITV. It soon aired the first advert on UK TV for Gibbs SR toothpaste. So the first advertisement on television in Britain was for toothpaste. Go figure. That's kind of ironic when you think about it. All the jokes from Austin Powers, So, speaking of British, what else do we got here? Oh yeah, here's a screen grab of this, the actual toothpaste commercial. So, pardon me, Sir King. What else do we got here in 55?
1955, commercial television brings in the UK with the launch of ITV. Soon airs the first advert on UK TV for Gibbs SR toothpaste. Boo. Boo advertising.
Boo advertising.
Boo.
And see, when it comes to toothpaste, if 9 out of 10 dentists recommend a toothpaste, shouldn't you go to the opposite toothpaste? Because you're having bad oral hygiene is what keeps them in business. So of course they would recommend something that's not good for you. Think, people, think.
Right.
What else do we got?
Yeah, they used to recommend cigarettes too, but 1955 on BBC Radio, Grace Archer is killed in a bar fire on the Brooklyn farm, and the BBC denies this was to spoil the launch of the rival network ITV.
Oh my God, they killed somebody?
BBC Radio, Grace Archer is killed in a bar farm, Brooklyn farm. The BBC. Can we look this up? What is this? There's not enough context here.
It sounds like corporate espionage with murder.
That's what they're insinuating. Yes. I mean, what
Grace Archer.
Are we right?
Oh, it's fictional. It was a show. It's a show.
Oh, on BBC Radio.
Okay. Okay.
Where's the comma at, man? On BBC Radio, comma, Grace Archer is killed. Come on. I need punctuation here.
Show character. Nobody was actually murdered. So, Okay.
There we go.
Jesus. Wow.
You know, I love how both of our minds just instantly go to conspiratorial.
Well, that's because often the conspiracies are the truth. So now we just
Yes.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
like, you know, if 2020 taught us anything, it's the only difference between conspiracy and reality is 6 months. You know.
Yep.
if that.
Just
Yeah.
wait until the media
Or 6
you know,
opinions.
Years.
wait until the media, you know, catches up to the actual reality, and then they'll start saying, you know, stuff like, you know, what's going on.
6 months to 2 years.
Then what's going on in Ohio right now? Pretty soon they're going to say, oh well, if you're not, you know, doing these things, then you're evil. So, anyway, what else do we got? 1957.
1957 Western comedy series Maverick premieres on ABC television, starring James Garner.
All right. I wonder if this is the same IP. Remember the movie Maverick with Mel Gibson?
Yes.
Was that supposed to be like the same character? Like I think it is. Right?
I don't know.
Because it's the same name. It's just Maverick. You know.
Maybe.
Is his name John Maverick in the show, or whatever his name was in the movie?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. 1958 here, the first Romanian production of George Enescu's 1936 opera Oedipe premiered in Bucharest with original French libretto translated into Romanian. That's pretty cool. That's a weird. Oedipe? Oedipe? Like
Yeah.
Oedipus? Like.
How do you say that? I was like,
I don't know.
I don't even know how to type that fucking
Yeah, that's a weird character.
CE thing.
It was like, yeah. 1958, U.S. nuclear submarine, the USS Skate, remained 31 days under the pole. That was a record. So, you know, testing to see if they can stay submerged and all that stuff. So, yeah. What do we got here in 60?
Mali, formerly French Sudan, declares independence from France. All right, independence. Nice.
Yeah.
1961, Antonio Albertondo, Argentina, completed first double crossing swim of English Channel in 43 hours, 10 minutes at 42.
So, at 42
At the age
years
is
old.
that at 42 years old,
Yeah.
okay.
So, at 42 years old, he swam across the English Channel and then swam back in 43
That's
hours.
insane.
Wow.
I'm 42, and there's no way.
Yeah. I'm not 42 yet, but
Even
I still can't do it.
even on a back float.
Yeah.
There's no way. And in 1961, MLB Baltimore Orioles Jim Gentile ties record of 5 Grand Slams in a single season.
Dang.
Nice.
1962, Pete Seeger headlined Hootenanny at Carnegie Hall in New York City. Bob Dylan shared the bill. There's a Hootenanny at the Carnegie Hall. Yeah.
Hootenanny.
Yeah. 1965.
Scroll down.
Scroll down. Oh, sorry. Thank you. 1965, a ceasefire between India and Pakistan went into effect, ending the Indo-Pakistani War. All right. I'm all for ending wars, you know, and a certain, you know, orange man who wants to end a conflict that's happening in Europe right now. So, 1966, only 413 show up at Yankee Stadium game. That's not good. Only 413 went to go see a game. Like, not even half 1,000. Like, nobody wanted that game. 66 as well, Orioles defeated the A's 6-1 to clinch their first American League pennant. All right. And in 66 as well, Surveyor 2 crashed on the moon and all contact with it was lost. Womp womp. Oh, that's unfortunate. What do we got here in 67?
1967, Phillies released pitcher Dallas Green, their future manager.
Huh. So they got rid of him and he came back as their boss. That's kind of, that's hilarious. It's like, hey guys, remember me? Yeah, no, I'm the guy. I'm the big cheese. Shane? Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary there, huh?
Yeah. Like, oh God, is he going to let us go now? 68?
to 1968 ceremony to mark relocation of ancient Egyptian Abu Simbel temples, honoring Ramses II after rebuilt 200 meters inland away from Aswan Dam. Oof.
Yeah. So essentially, they put a dam on the River Nile, and that obviously causes flooding and all that stuff behind the dam, and that threatened because those big statues like the one sitting down, like built into the wall. They moved all of that brick by brick because it was too close to the water and it was threatened, by the expanding because of the dam. So they moved it, as it said, 200 meters farther inland, which is wild to think. That
is crazy.
What did it look like before? Like, because they carved it into another mountain or something. So it's just like, what? Weird. 1968, Iraq adopted their constitution. All right. Back to you, good Sir King. I wanted to just get that quick one out of the way.
1968, Minnesota Twins utility Caesar Tovar pitches a hitless inning and plays all 9 positions in a 2-1 over Oakland A's at Metropolitan Stadium. Wow, all 9 positions.
That's incredible.
That's wild.
This guy's like a super elite gamer or something. It's like, I'm gonna play tank and healer and DPS, and support, like all at once.
In 1969, San Francisco Giant Willie Mays becomes the second player to hit 600 home runs.
Wow.
Woo.
That's awesome.
Willie Mays Hayes.
Yeah. Not to be confused with Billy Mays.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
You remember Willie Mays Hayes? He was the dude that was in the, Major League, that baseball movie with Charlie Sheen or whatever.
I've only seen that movie once. I don't remember the name, of the guy you're talking about.
Yeah. Only the reason I remember is because they took his bed and they moved it outside because they didn't want to cut him from the team. They just kind of assumed he would figure he got cut, and then he took off and stole the base from his bed and actually stole the base from outside of the stadium and shit.
Oh yeah, that's
the dude
right.
on the inside. Shit was hilarious, man.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, it was good shit.
1970, U.S. President Richard "I am not a crook" Nixon requested 1,000 new FBI agents for college campuses. That sounds familiar. Did we want to hire 87,000 new arms to, not FBI but IRS agents?
Yep, and they did.
Oh, they did?
I'm pretty sure they did.
Oh man.
I mean, don't quote me on that, but pretty sure they did pass that.
I thought it didn't. Well, they passed it, but I'm not sure if they've hired that many people.
I think. Shit. I know the $600 thing didn't go through. You remember that?
The $500 thing did go through.
It did go through?
Yeah, because I remember there was something we wanted something really expensive we wanted to get online, and we used my account to get it because Dad doesn't want if my account gets compromised, there's nothing in there, so we can lose it. But when we tried to transfer money, it wouldn't let us. So we had to take it out piecemeal, from the ATM, 100 today, 100 next week, or whatever, and we eventually got it done. But yeah, maybe that's just because it's California, though. I mean, it could have been a state thing. So.
Ours is 200.
Well, that's the amount to withdraw. I was talking about we needed to transfer 500 from his account to mine, and it wouldn't let us.
Oh, right.
So we had to take it out piecemeal, dollar by dollar, and then
Gotcha.
Yeah, do the transfer with a lot of extra steps, essentially. 1971, OPEC directed members to negotiate price increases to offset the devaluation of the U.S. dollar. I don't know what that means, but that doesn't sound good. Anything OPEC doesn't sound good. 1973, Baltimore Oriole Al Bunbury hit 3 triples versus Milwaukee Brewers. Whoa. 3 triples in a game? That's incredible. 1973.
That's well.
I'm going to try to read this in his voice. In 1973, Henry Kissinger is sworn in as America's first Jewish Secretary of State, succeeded William Rogers. So, That was a horrible impression, but you got the point. What else do we got here in 73, good Sir King? We have an out of main sources article.
73, Baltimore Oriole Al
Ryder.
Bunbury.
We're down a couple to the off of main source, the one with the exclamation point.
Oh, Ryder Cup Golf, Murrayfield, U.S. Beach, Great Britain and Ireland, 1913, first time in Ireland, including a team name.
All right, that's cool for Ireland, but I just gotta say, USA, USA.
Mm-hmm. All right. It's a big part of the USA. Yeah, Ireland.
Space King.
75.
1975, second assassination attempt on U.S. President Gerald Ford by Sarah Jane Moore fails in San Francisco. So there's another.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of topical.
I didn't know he had multiple against him.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's been a lot of attempts, and like 3 or 4 presidents. Well, I know at least 3 have been assassinated. Garfield got assassinated, I believe. So at least 3 have been assassinated. Like 7 or so have died in office or something.
I mean,
maybe
attempts.
Not that much. So
I didn't know that many attempts were made against.
Yeah.
Ford.
Yeah. Oh, well.
That's wild.
Well, now he's tied with somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Well, they said that there's 5 assassination teams on Trump or something they were saying.
Yeah, I saw a video titled that.
That's wild.
Earlier as well. I haven't seen that video yet, but I saw the title, and man, dude, like.
I've been telling Xander, he needs to just hire his own fucking security, dude.
Yeah. Well, I thought he did at one point because he didn't trust the Secret Service.
I think he did. Like the thing he did after that whole first assassination, he had fucking giant men surrounding him, and I think that's when he did it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's still doing that or if he's still relying on these fucking asshole chumps that want him to die anyway.
Well, after
to
that
save
car
his
bomb
life.
thing, after that car bomb thing the other day, it's just like, man, what is happening?
That was wild too. I heard about that shit too. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, he's fucking
a car bomb.
Billionaire, right? Like, hire your own fucking security. What are you doing? Why do you trust? They fucking want you dead, bruh. Like, what are you doing?
Well, this is why I have the theory that I have, and the only thing that puts into question is the first attempt. But let's get back on track here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Off
1975, a World Football League folded, and then replaced by the NFL. Or no, that was a World Football League. So that's like soccer and such. So I guess that got taken over by FIFA. Or
Yeah.
Is FIFA World or is that European?
FIFA's world because all the other countries that
it's
everybody now us too, because we have actually hockey or soccer teams too. They're professional now.
Yeah, it's way fucking corrupt.
Yeah. 1976 TV drama Charlie's Angels, starring Farrah Fawcett, Kate Jackson, and Jacqueline Smith, as well as John Forsythe, debuted. All right, Charlie's Angels. And this is the first of many.
Nice.
We're going to go through a lot of debuts. A lot of stuff debuted on this day. It's wild.
Yeah.
1977. Sorry? What?
Farrah Fawcett.
Farrah Fawcett, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Farrah Fawcett made an appearance in Johnny Bravo.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
1977, Minnesota twin Bert Blyleven no-hit California Angels 9-0. All right. 77 as well. West German Red Army faction terrorists killed policemen in Utrecht. Yikes. Terrorists do what terrorists do. This is really interesting here. Israel, in 1979, performed a nuclear test at Indian Ocean. Israel is a nuclear-capable nation.
Ocean.
Yeah. Now, I looked this up, actually. I put a little comment. Weird. Why isn't Israel on the list of nuclear-capable nations? Look it up. Not even Wikipedia knows. And I added that, put it in, because I looked it up. Israel... hold on. Nuclear-capable nations. You just
Do they have their own nukes, or are we in control of the nukes
no,
that
no,
they
no.
have?
They're in control of ours, if anything. But see, right here on the map.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well,
Oh, wow.
Israel owns us. That's the
Yeah.
reason why we send them, like 300 million every month in foreign aid and all that shit. And they have the Iron Dome. They have all this stuff. We can't even afford to feed our school kids, but Israel gets all of our money. But like, no,
Right.
not even on the world map here does it show Israel as a
Yeah,
nuclear
dumb
nation.
shit.
Right here, other states presume to have nuclear weapons. Israel, and this is the only, like this. It's only presumed to have nuclear weapons. Well, then what? How do you explain Israel performing a nuclear test? They obviously have nuclear
Right.
weapons. And then there was that recent thing where it's believed that they have nuked Beirut, and then of course our media is
Yeah,
covering all that up because who owns our media, So anyway, let's move on up here.
Yeah,
What do we
good.
got? What do we got in 1980? Oh, King's leaving. So 1980, Iraq invaded Iran in an attempt to control the Shat al-Arab waterway. Yikes. But what were you gonna say, Hollywood?
Oh, nothing.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was just agreeing with you. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying not to take too much time away from talking about we're already an hour in. We're making good time actually. So 1981 here off of main source. Sandra Day O'Connor was appointed to the U.S. Supreme Court, and I wonder it's told me to look this up if this is a stray article, because it's not even on this the main source here. So I'm wondering if they're trying to bury her, and bury all previous women on the Supreme Court, so that way they can put a DEI hire in there, or somebody be like, oh, this is the first yada yada. No, you're not the first at anything, But
Right.
they're actively trying to rewrite history every day. It's terrifying.
Yeah, I don't know why. Fucked up.
Well, I know why. It's evil. So 1982, Dulip Mendes completed twin cricket sons for Sri Lanka versus India. All right. 1982 as well, San Fran's cable cars made a final run before closing down for 20 months. Wow. So I guess they were renovating the entire system or something.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, those cable cars are are one of the main things of San Francisco. You go to San Francisco, you got to put a flower in your hair, and you got to ride a cable car. I've done that.
Yeah. Well, that's the only way you can really get around there, isn't it? Is then, unless you got your own vehicle and shit.
Well, I mean, they have
probably be stuck in traffic all day.
They have buses. People have bikes. People have cars. Because the cable car is just another mode of public transit and all that stuff that San Francisco, and San Franciscans, use a lot. There's a reason for it to keep going and all that stuff. But I mean, speaking of all that stuff, though, there's a serious problem. A Cash Jordan, or whatever his name is, did a video on this about people not paying for buses and jumping the turnstiles and subways and all that stuff.
Seen that shit.
So now, the New York public transit is under a threat of closing down.
Oh yeah, they're about to shut it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. People are abusing it, dude. I mean, it's a system put out there for it's a pay it forward type of deal, man. And
yeah, we were talking
people
about.
quit paying, dude, it's over, man.
Yeah, we were talking all
The
about
rest of the
that,
bus should be allowed to kick you off.
Yeah, they should. They
Yeah,
do out
Just
here.
strong arm you off the bus.
Yeah.
If you don't pay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're gonna have security on the fucking bus. I mean, it's gonna get that damn bad, and it's gonna cost you
Well,
$20
how are they going to afford the security?
every time you get on it. We'll charge you $20 a bus ride, or something. It's gonna get astronomical.
hell,
I mean,
yeah.
No, they won't do that. They'll just shut it off. Shut it up.
Yeah. Man, that'll suck too, because they just made all of those new city buses for all the cities, dude, and they run on propane and shit. And all that goofy shit now, dude. That'll be detrimental, dude, if they did that. That'll suck.
To catch you up to speed, King, we're talking about that because, on this date in 1982, San Francisco's cable cars made a final run before closing down for 20 months. So I assume that they were doing a major, and about cable cars, it's one of the main staples of San Francisco and all that stuff. But we got a TV sitcom here in 82 for you.
1982 sitcom Family Ties, starring Michael J. Fox, premieres on NBC.
All right.
Yeah. Family Ties.
Family Ties. 1982. 1982 sitcom Family Ties, starring Michael J. Fox, premieres on NBC. All right. Yeah. 1982 sitcom Family Ties, starring Michael J. Fox, premieres on NBC. All right. Yeah. 1982
1982, San Francisco's Cape. Wait. 1983, NASA launches Galaxy B.
Oh, that's a satellite or something. Oh,
Weird.
cool.
Also in 1983, the Everly Brothers reunite after 10 years apart in a concert at the Royal Albert Hall in London.
They couldn't find a better picture of this guy. Like,
oh my God!
Yeah, I know, right? He looks like he's like on trial for murder or something.
That's
like,
his church clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make your space marine face.
Yeah, it's just the whole space. Make your space marine face. 1985, Billy Martin's right arm is broken by pitcher Ed Winston. How'd he break it?
Damn.
Throw a ball at it? Is that how he broke it?
Well,
or
he's a pitcher. He probably threw it out or
know.
something. Like, let's
Did he
see
break
here.
it at a bar fight? Or what?
Fight.
What's going
Yeah,
on?
you got it right here. A bar fight. You're right. I just looked it up. Martin gets broken arm fighting Winston in bar. So
Yeah.
good pull.
Dude, you know, coach was pissed.
Good pull.
Why are you two teams going to the same damn bar? Like,
yeah.
Right. Why are we letting the pitcher fight? He's an asset. He's
right?
like a quarterback. Where's the lineman?
Yeah, hey, the enemy's at this bar. Yeah, let's fuck it. No, you move on to a different bar.
Yeah, I know, right? 1985,
Yeah,
here we have
dude.
first Farm Aid benefit concert in Champaign, Illinois, organized by Willie Nelson, Neil Young, and John Mellencamp. Performers included Bob Dylan, Tom Petty, Billy Joel, B.B. King, Hoyt Axton, Joni Mitchell, Ricky Lee Jones, and Emmylou Harris. I almost did that in one breath, so I'm getting better.
Man, you old folks had all the good people, man.
Yeah. No, that was back before, they had an algorithm to figure out, what's, because this is what people don't realize about the algorithm. Be it you're listening to music, you're watching a movie, you're watching a show, you're watching YouTube, whatever it is that you're doing for entertainment. If it's algorithm based, what people don't understand is that eventually we'll get used to what the algorithm figured out. Was the best preference, and then we're gonna mold our minds to someone else and into somewhere else, and then that's gonna catch up to that. It's going to be a constant, a chasing game. We got to stop with this. We got to accept things for what they are, take in the joy, for what we can, and stop chasing the dragon, it's this algorithm is literally a drug. It's a third-party drug that is infecting everybody. What else do we got here? 1985,
French Prime Minister Laurent Fabius appears on TV to confess agents of DGSE sank his boat, Rainbow Warrior. They acted on orders.
Not his boat, but this boat, and the Rainbow Warrior incident.
Boat.
Yeah, if I have my history right, there was some kind of nuclear thing. And there were anti-nuclear protesters. There was some kind of nuclear power plant or whatever, I think, being built.
Oh.
And there was anti-nuclear protesters, and they got on this boat, the Rainbow Warrior, and they got too close, and they were fired upon, and rightfully so, because they're getting too close to a nuclear facility. And then it sunk, and people died, and it started this whole fucking, thing in the media. Oh my God, innocent people burned. It's like, no, you got shot at because you're getting too close to a nuclear facility, you idiots. So
same thing with the. It's the same thing with the protesters putting themselves in the roads, on the highways and shit.
Right,
bro, you should legally be allowed to run. If they're on the highway, bro, you should legally be allowed to run them over.
Did you?
They did that in Minnesota too, dude. They fogged it all up like that.
Where was it? Was it Brazil or Argentina or something? Somewhere in South America. So
they made it legal to run them over.
Well, not just that, but there was that video of some guy pulled out a pew and popped off a couple rounds into one of the guys sitting in the street. Right?
Nice.
Wasn't there a shooting?
Maybe.
I think I heard something about that. Anyway, what else do we got here in 85? Plaza.
1985, Plaza Accord is signed in New York City by France, West Germany, Japan, UK, and US to depreciate the US dollar. Oh, that's right.
So to reduce its value, so that way, it can be more balanced between that and the economies of those other countries. Otherwise, we would be just too valuable, and they would start going into an economic recession, maybe. So, because Zimbabwe, has it costs like $80 billion to buy a gallon of milk. Their economy is so crap. So
Yeah.
What else do we got?
1985, St. Louis Cardinals get an unusual streak record by winning 9 of 10 games, each pitched by a different man.
Well, that's wild.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But apparently, it works. So,
if you have enough people,
if it's
who are
working
good,
for you.
Yeah, bring in a fresh troop every mound. So.
Well, I mean, it would. I guess it would kind of trip people up. Like you get used to a certain pitcher, and oh, okay, we're going against Ricky again, so watch out for the fastball, or we're going against Jones this time, and he's got that killer curveball. Watch out here for him. So you don't know what you're fucking. You never know what to watch out for.
True. Very true. Let's see here. What else do we got? 1985. We got that one. 86.
35 countries signed disarmament accord in Stockholm.
It has to be nuclear weapons. Well, no, it's not nuclear weapons. 35 countries don't have so disarmament.
No.
Huh.
Disarmament accord.
I want to look that up here really quick, if that's all right.
Yeah, let's see. Get some context in there.
It is nuclear. Okay, so
Yeah.
they're non-nuclear nations pledging to never be one. So that maybe. So, so it was nuclear.
Yeah. We can't let the poor countries, the poor kid have the Nerf nuke.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's weird. He might do anything with it.
Yeah. 1986, India versus Australia Test cricket at Madras finished in a tie. All right, that's unusual. We also have LA Dodger Fernando Valenzuela was the first Mexican to win 20 games. Cool. All right. 87, Boston Red Sox Wade Boggs tied American League record of 200 hits for 5 straight seasons.
Wade Boggs.
And we also have NFL players went on strike for 24 days, a second regular season strike. Another 87, the TV series Full House starring Bob Saget and John Stamos debuted. Remember Full House?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rebecca Romaine, stay moist.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
You had to say it that way. 88, good Sir King?
1988, Canada begins production of a 5 silver maple leaf bullion coin.
Yeah, $5 denomination. That's pretty
Nice.
cool.
1988, South Korea coaches attack New Zealand referee after disputing his decision. Olympic Korean boxer stages at 67 minutes setting.
Wow.
Hmm.
That's some pretty
Gnarly.
wild stuff happening right there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's definitely.
1988, Soviet gymnast Vladimir Artemov wins individual all-around gold medal at the Seoul Olympics. Follows his team all-around victory. Wins 4 gold for the games.
Nice.
Very nice.
Seoul, by the way, and that's the capital of South Korea.
Ah,
Yeah.
Seoul.
Yeah.
1989 MLB, St. Louis Cardinals outfielder Leon Durham suspended 60 days due to drugs.
That would cause
Drugs
it.
bad.
Leon.
Drugs
It was the
bad.
trainer give it to me.
Drugs bad.
I just
Oh.
going this way.
Okay. Don't do drugs.
You got a good one here now.
1989 TV drama Baywatch, starring Jaisal Hasselhoff and Pamela Anderson, debuts on NBC. Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay, there's a video of Pamela Anderson when she was first spotted, and she's at like this baseball game, right? And it's before she had all this stuff done to her, and oh my god.
Yeah, she looks like a human being and shit.
She looks fucking phenomenal. Like, before she had all that stuff done, she was a fucking cutie pie, bro.
Yeah,
that's how she got her start.
First started, yeah.
Like, somebody was watching. I don't know. They kept putting the camera on her, right, during this baseball game because she's so fucking gorgeous, right?
Yeah.
And someone saw it, called her up, and said, "Hey, you want a job?" And that's how she got her start.
You know,
From a baseball game.
I gotta say, I think that's the first time the phrase "cutie pie" has ever been said on one of our projects ever.
Yeah.
In the history of Omni Coalition. I don't think.
Hey man.
Cutie pie.
She's a man. Go
get
look at that video. Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not slamming you. I'm just saying, like.
I know. I'm
Like,
just gonna play
cool.
devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
You know me.
Yeah.
I love playing devil's advocate.
1990, Andre Dawson stole his 300th base and is only player other than Willie Mays to have 300 home runs, 300 steals, and 2,000 hits. Wow. Man, that guy's serious. We also have Saudi Arabia expelled many Jordanian and Yemeni envoys. So political people and all this stuff. Saudi Arabia got rid of them, like the messenger people, the envoys, and all that jazz. 91, ABN and AMRO Dutch banks merged. Central banking and all that stuff. The Rothschilds. That reeks of the Red Shields right there.
Ooh.
We also have California University made the Dead Sea Scrolls public, and that is major,
Hey. Yeah.
Stuff right there.
The Dead Sea Scrolls.
Man, this was a busy day in 91. What else do we got here in Miami?
1991, Miami Dolphins coach Don Shula records his 300th career NFL victory.
All right.
Jeez.
Nice.
Don Shula, I've heard that name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good coach, dude. He was Marino, man. He just never got to go to the Super Bowl because the Dolphins never.
Yeah, that's
dude. That was all.
That's like, man. Yeah. Marino should have gone to Super Bowl, man. It's just.
Did Dan Marino make a cameo in Ace Ventura?
Yes.
Yeah, he was in Ace Ventura. Yeah, that shit was funny, dude. That Finkel and Einhorn shit or whatever. Got any more of that gum, Ace?
Einhorn.
When the face out of his mouth and shit from that shit kissing on him or whatever, dude. Look at the movie's classic, dude.
That's another 91 here.
1991, New York MTA yanks 6,000 ads for Dr. Tush, Dr. Jeffrey Levine.
Levine, that sounds familiar. Is that Dr. Death? Cancer Daily Horoscope. What? No. Okay.
6,000 ads.
So I think it's advertisements. Dr. Tush loses medical license. Okay. What do we got here?
Oh.
The State Board of Regents. Okay, deny. Go. This stupid pop-up. Okay. Well, then I guess we're not.
Medical fraud. Medical fraud, pretty much, right?
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like. Dr. Jeffrey Levine. That sounds familiar, though. 1992. Heavy storm in South France caused 34 deaths. Jeez. And they're not ready for storms and stuff, apparently. 1 year later, a Transair Georgian airline Tu-154 was shot down by a missile in Sukhumi, Georgia. Jeez. What's going on there? The Soviet Union was freshly broken up by then, so who's shooting down airplanes now? I don't know. 93 as well, Supreme Soviet dismissed President Boris Yeltsin. Bye-bye. Oh.
He gone.
Yep.
Yeah, popped him with a dirty 22.
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't kill him, I think. I don't know. Hold on.
No, they shot him in the head or whatever, though, didn't they? Yeah, he lived, I believe, but yeah, they did shoot him.
Oh, he got shot?
Yeah, he got shot. Remember, because he was running against Putin or whatever. I think it was when Putin first came in or whatever.
Oh, in the 90s? Yeah, I think you're... No, didn't
ended up
Putin
shooting him in the head.
Huh. Well, Boris Yeltsin
Because that's
here...
to do with the big birthmark on his head, right?
No, that's Gorbachev.
Gorbachev.
Gorbachev, that's the Soviet Union, man.
Yeah, maybe that's who they shot then. Yeah, Gorbachev, they shot his ass.
Well, I don't think Gorbachev got killed by a bullet. He probably got shot, but I don't think he got assassinated.
Yeah, he got shot in the head. Yeah, no, it didn't kill him. No,
okay.
No, it was an attempt on his life, though. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, what else do we got here in '93?
Texas Ranger player Nolan Ryan at 46 pitches his last game.
All right.
Nolan Ryan.
What a legend.
Good player.
Yeah.
They took his Cy Young Award away from him too, man.
What, they did?
Yeah,
Nolan
for
Ryan.
fucking using performing enhancement drugs, bro.
Nolan Ryan?
He wasn't using he wasn't using steroids, but he was like, anytime you used any kind of substance in baseball, they can ban you for that shit. Even if you use like a muscle gainer, some shit, you know, like it was just some goofy shit that they gave him, you know.
That's
because he never really big guy. It was just like some shit for his arm or whatever. But yeah, they took his shit away, dude.
That's
all of the old guys, dude. Everybody who was good, dude. Roger Clemens, everybody, dude. They took everybody's shit away, you know. But Barry Bonds, I don't think they took his away. You know,
it's almost as
Sammy
if it's almost as if they're trying to like, celebrate the juicers, you know.
Yeah.
That's backwards.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, like Barry Bonds was like what in 1988? He was like half my size, and then he came back in like '94 and was like fucking bigger than Sammy Sosa and shit.
I remember that.
Dude, it was just
Barry Bonds. Did he start growing red hair?
Dude,
yeah, he was big though. Yeah, he was. Yeah, it kind of looked like
orange. Orange.
They're basically like short space marines. What else do we have in '93? Ukraine.
1903, Ukrainian Prime Minister Leonid Kuchma resigns due to the slow pace of reform.
Imagine that.
Oh, boo-hoo, it's not going fast enough. I'm going to leave. When?
There's a history of resignment in that country, huh?
1995, E3B AWACS crash outside of Elmendorf, AFB, Alaska, after multiple bird strikes of 2 of 4 engines. Soon after takeoff, all 24 on board killed. I know.
Wow.
I passed it previously.
Okay.
Dang, that's wild.
What? Is it because of the conspiracy?
Teach fly during migration season, huh?
No one cares about Friends.
Okay.
Friends.
1997 here, Benthala massacre in Algeria. Over 200 villagers were killed. Jeez. And we also had Elton John release Candle in the Wind, 1997, a tribute to Diana, Princess of Wales in the U.S.
Yeah.
And 99, The West Wing, created by Alan Sorkin and starring Martin Sheen, Charlie Sheen's dad, I believe. Rob Lowe and Richard Schniff, what a weird name, debuted on NBC. Schniff. Like, that almost sounds like a slur. Oh, you schniff, you know? Like...
He sniffed me.
Hey, we skip over all these sitcoms, man. We gotta get going here.
All right. Well, you know what? We can wrap it up because the next 20 years or so just recent history. So.
Yeah, we're almost 3 hours into this, man.
3 hours.
Let's wrap it up.
An hour and a half.
But we start.
3 hours.
Yeah.
No shit.
2.
Yeah, anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description below for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. So much history has and continues to be made on a daily basis, and we can only bring you a portion. Please check our sources. We had to cut the show for the last 20 years. So for your dose of past events daily, we stream every day at 11 in the morning Pacific time, or try to, which is 12 noon Mountain, 1 Central, and 2 p.m. Eastern time, respectively. We do have other shows from history to news, movie reactions and reviews, video meme. Well, actually, we don't do video memes anymore because memes are now illegal in California, so I gotta get rid of that. Omni Kitchen and everything else.
Oh, they did do that.
Well, they're talking about it. I just don't want to risk it anymore. I don't want to give them any reasons to come after me, so.
Smart.
Yeah, please check the underbar. For all of you and all of us, I'm A.O. Xander.
King's Refuge.
Hollywood haters.
And we also have a Lost Rat King here in the live studio audience. And you, of course, are you viewer. Thank you so much for watching. And until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever
Sorry, guys. I just woke up.
Oh, it's all right.
That's
Until you catch
fine.
us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!
Deuces.